Well, good evening everyone. Welcome to the Anoka-Hennepin Educational Service Center and the Anoka-Hennepin School District's Above and Beyond Awards. My name is Jim SKELLY. I'm the Director of Communications for the school district. This event here tonight is co-sponsored by the Anoka-Hennepin School District and the Anoka-Hennepin Educational Foundation. And frankly, this event would not be possible without the collaboration with the foundation. Tonight we will be recognizing the work of staff members who have demonstrated remarkable dedication to fulfill the Anoka-Hennepin District mission of preparing students for life. So to get us started, let's welcome Superintendent David Law for some introductory remarks.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Skelly. Thank you all for coming tonight. It's been kind of fun to prepare for this because when you haven't done something for a few years, there's lots of details that you forget. And so we haven't been in person in this room to celebrate staff since pre-pandemic. And little things like where was the podium on the stage, and then a reminder, this is duct taped, don't touch it, everything will fall apart, all that kind of stuff. So it's great to be back here and coming into the routine of recognizing our employees. First, I want to acknowledge our board members that are here tonight, and we have a full board tonight over here, and I will just ask them to raise their hand or stand as they're comfortable. Our board chair, MARCI Anderson. Board vice chair, Nicole Hayes. Board member, Matt Audette. Board member, Jeff Simon. Board member, Aaron Hears McCardle. And board member, Casey Deshane. We are entering into a season of celebration, and this is the fun time of the year to celebrate accomplishments. I can tell you that over the last 2 years, I've heard an awful lot about the challenges of keeping our students in school and the work that our employees have done to shift and modify and shift and modify. And at times talk to me and say, please no more shifting, no more adjusting, no more hybrid, no more in school, out of school. So to acknowledge employees that during that time that are being celebrated for additional work is special to me. I know how hard it's been across all of our system. One of my favorite parts of this award in Anoka-Hennepin, it isn't just teachers. It's any employee that impacts the lives of students. And so when I see this list of applications, I'm always proud because there are people in the room that aren't a classroom teacher or a principal. There are people behind the scenes, some people that in this building I saw work seemingly endless hours supporting all of our employees. So I'm acknowledging that great work happens all over our system to support students. In addition to that, I know the hundreds of people that are mentioned for this award and nominated on an annual basis. One of the things I'd like to do is create that 1,000 employee list of people that have been nominated over the years. We have in the program who has gone through the process, who's accepted, who's written the paperwork, who's been assessed and identified here tonight. But this is a fraction of the employees who've been nominated. For those people that are here tonight, thank you for going through the process. It's uncomfortable to receive recognition in front of your peers and your family. And you're going to come up here and people say things about you. You won't know where to look. You'll be embarrassed. We're going to say wonderful things about you that are all true. But it's deserved. And we don't get to do this enough. And so with that, I want to thank you. I'm so happy that we're here. I'm going to just call two people together if they're not hiding from me. Back in this corner, the person who really runs it all sits outside my office, and her name is Debbie Kofsky. And if you'd raise your hand, Debbie. We have a pretty standard line in my office, and it's Debbie, it's time to go home. And she pours her heart into the district and certainly into this event. And new this year, helping is Morgan Holloman. There's a lot of coordination on who's getting invited and coordinating the judges and those things, and we literally wouldn't be here tonight, and food wouldn't be out there if those people didn't sample menus and pull things together and all those things. So thank you both for that. Thank you all. This is a night of celebration. After a meal, there's a chance to mingle. I encourage you all to go to some other tables and meet some other families, and I hope for the families that are here, I try to work around and say hello to you too. It's nice to meet the people that stand behind our employees. Thank you, and let's have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Superintendent Law. You can see he's challenged with his hand gestures, but somehow he's always able to get it done. You know, the above and beyond awards are presented to staff members who do serve as an inspiration to others. And the Anoka-Hennepin Educational Foundation does provide unwavering support for the district, and AAHEF is an important partner in helping make tonight happen. You know, some districts or school districts have restrictions on how we can spend money. And we want to recognize the foundation tonight for providing the cash rewards to the awardees. Would members of the Education Foundation here tonight please stand and let's give them a round of applause. And now if we could, let's welcome to the podium Dr. Joel VERDUIN. Dr. VERDUIN serves as board chair for AHEF. He's here to provide some welcoming remarks.
I have to remember, Mr. Law said, don't touch the mic, the whole thing will come crumbling down. Hello and welcome, and thank you for being here tonight. As the district's nonprofit partner, the Educational Foundation is delighted to recognize and celebrate you as our Above and Beyond Award recipients. Our foundation is governed by a board of parents and community members, staff and students, and we employ the wonderful Karen and Tess. While we did have board members stand, I would ask that really quickly Karen and Tess both stand and just be recognized as the outstanding employees that we have. Thank you. It is our foundation's mission to cultivate equitable and innovative experiences for our students. And you, our teachers, and our staff members are critical to this mission. You are the people that implement our grants, and your work also inspires our donors on a regular basis, and those donors continue to make gifts that benefit our students. We couldn't do this part without you, so thank you. For those of you receiving awards tonight, you were selected from approximately 7,000 employees that we have in the district for what you do every day for our students and families. I had an opportunity to read those nominations as they came in, and we did scoring for those. The testimonials are really moving. Those testimonials come from a variety of people, parents, coworkers, students who've had their lives touched in various ways. As I mentioned, they're moving, and in all cases, people remarked about how you made them or their student feel valued and cared for. Thank you for being someone special to those others. I'd also like to say thanks, and I'm going to echo what Superintendent Law said, to those spouses, partners, parents, children, siblings, friends, and colleagues that are here tonight. Each of you have supported this person being honored, and thank you for supporting those outstanding staff members. And now on to the recognition.
Thank you, Dr. VERDUIN. You know, all the award recipients here tonight were nominated by this honor from someone who observed their impact. Parents, students, employees, volunteers, anyone can nominate someone for a Above and Beyond award, and the nominations do require them to explain how they meet the award criteria. That criteria is listed in your program. And as Joel mentioned, or Dr. VERDUIN mentioned, even to be nominated for this recognition is quite an honor. There were 160-some nominations for this year's award competition. They were reviewed by a selection committee. Scores were assigned based on how the nominees met the criteria. And the employees who received the top scores through the process are the ones that are here tonight. We'd like to thank, along with Superintendent Law, thanking Debbie and Morgan, we'd like to thank them for helping pull this together along with our communications team. Heather Peters, Dax Larson, Tim Evans, and Megan Gutzwiller. It's an all-hands-on-deck event. We also had our district print and design work. You can see that work in your hands with the program. They do great work. And our facilities department, who really set up the room nicely and got this going. Before we do proceed with the awards presentation, I want to note that there is one of our recipients tonight who is not able to make it. Rosanna Chavez-Leon. She's unable to join us here tonight. She's a special education paraeducator at Evergreen Park Elementary. Now, fortunate for us, Evergreen Park Elementary happens to have 2 Above and Beyond award winners. So we'll be working with Principal Denise Schnabel, who's here supporting another award winner, and we'll get the award to Principal Schnabel, and we'll make sure that Rosie's able to get the recognition that she deserves. Now at this time, please join me in welcoming Dr. Mary Wolverton, Associate Superintendent for Elementary Schools, Becky BRODEUR. She is the Associate Superintendent for Middle Schools, and then Dr. Joshua DELICH. He's the Associate Superintendent for High Schools. They'll assist with the awards ceremony. Superintendent Law. At this time, you can come forward, and any board members or foundation representatives that are going to be joining in. And awardees, this is your part. When your name is called, if you could please come and receive your award, and then just stay while our district leaders explain to all the guests how you go above and beyond. So with that, let's welcome to the podium our Associate Superintendent for High Schools, Dr. Joshua DELICH.
All right, well, good evening, and again, congratulations to all recipients. All right, our first one up, Taylor Brown. Come on up. All right, we're not going to start till you're out in the front here, so everybody can stare at you. All right, here we go. Taylor Brown is a school social worker in Anoka-Hennepin Regional High School. He said that building trusting relationships is the foundation to his work. He approaches it each day as a new opportunity to make as many students feel safe, welcomed, and supported as he can. Regional high school students come from every part of our school district. And Assistant Principal Heather Force, who nominated Taylor, said the students have a variety of life challenges they face on a daily basis. Heather said Taylor is adept at utilizing a variety of outside sources to make sure students get the help they need, and he's also in charge of the school's food shelf. She added that he is a fierce advocate for students and will go out of his way to make sure they get connected with the resources that they need. When he heard he won the award, Taylor said, "It is an honor and a privilege to be at Regional High School with the staff, the admin, the students, and the families I get to work with. I hope I can continue to be trusted, reliable, and support for the students to go in the order to help solve their problems. Learn a new skill, or just have someone to talk to and feel that they are heard." Taylor has done a remarkable job. We are very honored that he is in our company. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Brown.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Mary Wolverton, Associate Superintendent for Elementary Schools. I am pleased to introduce Jennifer Carls, School Year Secretary at Mississippi Elementary. Chin up, shoulders back, you got this. If you're a Mississippi elementary school student having a tough day, you're likely to hear this favorite phrase from School Year Secretary Jennifer Carls, along with a heaping dose of care and positivity. Christine Luffenholtz, the Principal Secretary at Mississippi Elementary, said, "Jennifer sees the importance of connecting with students, families, and the community. Jennifer wants every student to be included and feel like they are part of the Mississippi Otter family. If they are in need of anything, she will find a way or a resource to ensure that every student is taken care of educationally and emotionally." Jennifer said she tries her absolute best to go the extra mile for Mississippi students, staff, and families every day. She will invite kids having a hard day to eat lunch with her in the office, make a pleasant phone call to a parent, seek out resources or needed items for struggling students to make sure students and substitutes feel supported. Jennifer said it's her hope that every student, staff, parent, and community member knows that Mississippi Elementary is a place of warmth and friendship and where the doors are always open. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Carls.
Alrighty, our next recipient, Kim Corby. Perseverance, creativity, flexibility are at the core of Kim Corby's teaching philosophy, which she has developed in her 34 years as an educator. For 32 years, Corby has been teaching English at Anoka High School, and all the while inspiring students and fellow employees. Ms. Corby is notorious for stepping up when a group or a club is in need, because in her belief that high school experience goes beyond what is taught in the classroom. In addition to coaching swimming for 12 years, she has served as a knowledgeable coach and advisor of the chess club, although she admittedly doesn't know a lot about chess. However, this year she has helped start the Hmong support group. She has been an advisor for the Anoka-Hennepin Spectrum for the past 5 years. When asked about her work in the district, Kim said, "After 34 years, this much I know is true about teaching. I am lucky to have worked with so many talented teachers who have mentored me, encouraged me, and listened to me. Because sometimes teaching can be a lonely business." Number 2, many students have taught me as much or more that I might have taught them. And number 3, a sense of humor in the classroom is second only to an ample cups of coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Corby.
Good evening. My name is Becky BRODEUR. I'm the Associate Superintendent for Middle Schools and Student Services. And at this time, I'd like to have Stephanie Diaz-Salone come and join us. I love Stephanie's story, and I'm excited to share just a little bit of it with you tonight. Stephanie Diaz-Salone began her career in Anoka-Hennepin Schools as a para-educator in 2007. She quickly realized that working with and advocating for students with unique needs was the right fit for her. She decided to seek higher degrees to allow her to delve deeper into special education, instruction, and administration. River Trail teacher and social worker Julie Buffo nominated Stephanie and said, "Starting as a para-educator in our building, to then becoming a teacher and now program supervisor, there isn't a role or responsibility she doesn't understand because she's done them all." This provides her a unique opportunity to stand beside her staff and walk with them through their daily work, rather than taking a top-down approach to the way she leads. Julie said Stephanie works tirelessly to build relationships with students, families, and the community, and she's passionate about providing equitable experiences that are sensitive to the River Trail Learning Center population's needs. She said Stephanie's passion and commitment really shone through during the COVID-19 pandemic, as she demonstrated exceptional care and concern, not only for the students' unique academic needs, but also for food access, technology resources, and support for caregivers. Please help me to honor Stephanie Salone Diaz.
I'm honored to introduce our next recipient, Christine Habel-Levine, Special Education Teacher, Sand Creek Elementary. Christine Habel-Levine is an exemplary model and a team leader for her colleagues in the Special Education Department at Sand Creek Elementary, according to co-worker Rachel Burnt, who nominated her. Rachel added, "She organizes well-rounded student programming, collaborates well with outside resources, and engages caregivers throughout the entire process. Christine is an effective communicator, team player, and organized teacher. Christine researches mental health, implements research-based best practices, and shares the latest resources with parents and individual education program team members to help promote student progress. She goes the extra mile by providing daily behavior drop-in support for students in need, and she considers the whole child when creating individualized student programming. Christine often stands out as a team member at the school, coordinating meetings and training sessions between outside providers and school staff, initiating communication with her department on the QCOM process, and often representing her department during building-based and district-wide meetings. Please join me in honoring Christine Habel Levine.
All right, our next recipient, Danielle Harris. Ooh. All righty. Danielle Harris has gone the extra mile at Champlain Park High School to build a positive school climate that supports the well-being of all students. She is the journalism teacher at Champlain Park High School and the leader of the Daily Rebel Report. One colleague said, "It takes an incredible amount of organization, patience, and sometimes thick skin to have students put together daily broadcasts." I would agree. Well done. There is no doubt that the popularity of the class is reflective of her commitment to the program and students. Danielle learned that some students were not able to participate in the Rebel Spirit Days because they did not have or could not afford the spirit wear. Working with the student council, she rallied the staff to donate extra spirit wear and worked with the Champlain Athletic to donate clothing items to start the Rebel Closet, where students who were in need could have access to the school spirit wear. Danielle said, "Developing relationships with students, families, and the community is at the core of everything that I do. I know students well. I take time to talk with them and care about them sincerely and honestly. I want Champlain Park High School to be the place where everyone feels loved and cared for in a safe learning environment where everyone belongs to the same CP family. And we are well on our way to accomplishing this." Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Harris.
We're going to bring forward Todd Mensink. He's the Director of Labor Relations and Benefits to make our next presentation.
Our next recipient is Diane Kilmer, Human Resources Systems Manager, Labor Relations and Benefits. She's still coming up here. On a typical day, Diane Kilmer collaborates with other departments and outside resources, gives holistic advice and input, and joins in on creative problem-solving efforts where needed. Even when it goes beyond her typical job duties, she's been an Anoka-Hennepin staff member for 29 years. General Counsel Angie Flowers nominated Diane and said her institutional knowledge is priceless, which it is. She goes beyond her job duties and assists without complaint. She's always willing to help. Angie added, "Diane can foresee issues and provide resolutions. She inspires others to do their best with her positive we can attitude. Frustration never shows, and she has an employee and student-based focus on the work. She begins with positive intent, and it shows." When asked about her position at Anoka-Hennepin, Diane said, "I'm incredibly grateful for the group of employees I work with and for. Nothing would be possible without their hard work, dedication, and service that they provide. Anoka-Hennepin is a great place to work." Ladies and gentlemen, Diane Kilmer.
All right, well, I guess this must be the first time that you want to be in the front row. All right, here we go. Alan Clemps. Alan Clemps' title at Blaine High School is school monitor, but to the students and the staff at Blaine High School, he is much more. Alan averages 5 miles a day making sure that students are safe and the building is secure, but it's the relationships that he builds that goes the distance. Cos Barnett, the assistant principal at Blaine High School, who nominated Alan, said, "There is no challenge too daunting or unsolvable for Alan. He is always finding ways to move forward and do so in the best interest for students in mind. He knows what the expectations are for students after school, and he creates systems and structures for students to operate successfully in. Alan makes our school better." Alan is always looking out for students and develops trusting relationships by remembering their names, being an active listener, and attending activities. In addition to giving students in need the space to vent and calm down, he has helped students track down a phone, jump cars. The batteries were out. Okay, y'all, let's just make that right. And ensure students had a ride when the plan fell through. Prior to coming to Blaine High School, Alan served in the Marines and worked with youth in chemical dependency treatment. He has used his past experiences to connect with students and go above and beyond his job duties. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Kemps.
And now I'd like to honor James Kula, science teacher at Northdale Middle School. Northdale Middle School science teacher James Kula said making connections with students and families, creating a safe, welcoming, and fun environment while teaching citizenship has been the driving force through his entire career. James said, "I try my best to show students I care for them, not just as a student, but as a human being in front of me that also has worries and passions. I listen to students' concerns, interests, and what they are going through. I create a safe space for students to be able to share concerns or interests out loud, as others may feel comfortable to add into the conversation." With this philosophy, it is no surprise that a student nominated James for the Above and Beyond Award. In her nomination, NMS student Camila Citron made mention of how much James cares for what's happening in the students' lives and how his positive attitude helped her get through distance learning and the connection he made with her family during an open house. She's tearing up, so I'm tearing up, sorry. James uses the acronym FAIL and how important it can be to FAIL, as in first attempt in learning. He said, "Instilling the importance of a growth mindset is something I strive to share with all students. There are numerous stories about the people that have failed in their life in one way or another, but became truly great." Please help me to honor James Kula.
Kelly Coombe, English learner teacher, Evergreen Park Elementary. Kelly Coombe goes out of her way to find library resources to help students build background knowledge, and her lessons are always carefully planned. She devotes extra time to the EL department, serving as the department leader, serving on the leadership team, and also spends time translating school documents and interpreting in Spanish as needed. Kelly said, "My job as an EL teacher is very rewarding. I have the opportunity to work with many students from a variety of backgrounds. I love getting to know them and learning about their home languages and cultures. Another rewarding aspect of my job is seeing the rapid growth of my students throughout the school year and how proud they are of themselves for their accomplishments." Kelly makes a point of regularly leaving positive notes for students in their lockers to reinforce good behavior, and she has an enormous amount of patience. She has also helped coordinate parent engagement events to help families understand how to become more involved in their students' education and to support them with community resources. Kelly said, "The most important element of my teaching is for students to know I care about them and I believe in them." I think having strong, positive relationships with students is the most important thing I can do as a teacher. This makes them feel safe enough to know to take risks so they can learn and grow. I let them know that I will be with them to support and encourage them along the way to help them succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Coombe.
I would now like to honor Stephanie Pogals. Stephanie is a math teacher at Northdale Middle School. Her impact at Northdale has gone above and beyond being a math teacher for the past 20 years. She has spearheaded an initiative to improve school climate with teacher feedback and meetings, produced more than 4,000 minutes of instructional videos to provide a resource to students, and spends time outside of school to support students in their activities and connect with parents. Stephanie said, "I strive to engage students in their learning and help them build confidence in their mathematical abilities along their way. To support my students' learning, I make communicating with parents a priority, as I believe support at home is an important piece of a student's education." Jennifer Moline, a parent of an NMS student, nominated Stephanie for the award. She shared a distance learning story about how Stephanie set up a Google Meet with her son at 8 p.m. to help him understand a concept from her intermediate algebra class. She said, "Mrs. Pogals wants every student to succeed in math. The new math curriculum has students working in groups. Ms. Pogals set up the groups so kids can work together well and lift each other up." Please help me to recognize Ms. Stephanie Pogals.
Tamara Van Voris, third grade teacher, Rum River Elementary. According to Tamara Van Voris, relationships are everything. Connections with students, parents, and the community can make all the difference in fostering a successful year. Tamara can be found playing board games with students during recess, engaging with students through extracurricular activities such as theater productions or Miracle League baseball. She said, "The relationships I build with my students are the most important and rewarding part of my job. Connections with students help me better meet their needs, both academically and socially. Seeing my students succeed in and outside the classroom makes the time and effort put into teaching worth it." She also enjoys connecting with families at events like EL Family Night, Winterfest, or the Carnival. Tamara has also held free tutoring sessions before and after school for third graders to help them improve their reading skills. Ladies and gentlemen, Tamara Van Voris.
Matt Van Zee, English teacher at Roosevelt Middle School. Nothing helps a student learn and open up quite like a great book. In Matt Van Zee's 8th grade English class, this simple idea stands as the foundation for a successful classroom experience. He has applied for and received 4 grants from the Anoka-Hennepin Educational Foundation to build a dynamic classroom library that has something to get every one of his students excited about reading. He uses comic books as one way to engage English language learners and struggling readers, and he's found so much success with this genre that he's helped 4 libraries within Anoka-Hennepin Schools to build a comic library of their own. He's also used an AHEF grant to purchase graphic novels for school book clubs and arranged a Q&A session with a notable comic book author as a culminating activity for the club. Matt said, "I confer with students about their reading on a daily basis, and I will go to great lengths to find that perfect book for them. My late night trips to the library or comic shop provide powerful reading fuel for kids." Student Caitlin Marfitz nominated Matt and said, "Since the beginning of the year, Mr. Van Zee has always been a caring teacher. He helps out with making sure everyone in his class can express themselves and be the person they want to be." Please help me to recognize Matt Van Zee.
Well, that's it. Just a reminder, folks, it's just an outstanding night. Boy, it's been a couple of years in the making, too, so it's just, like Superintendent Law said in the opening remarks, it's just tremendous feeling in the room here tonight of all these high-achieving staff members. A reminder that they each received a $200 check courtesy of the Anoka Educational Foundation as a thank you, in addition to their award plaque. And if we could, let's just give one more big round of applause to all our award winners. And maybe even a bigger round of applause for our board chair, MARCI Anderson, who's going to come up for some final remarks.
So Jim, putting me at the end of this little speech and almost forgetting me, and then David and Joel already getting me all freaked out about this, this podium. So this should be a good night, but I'll try and keep my comments brief because I know that I'm standing between you guys and snacks. So here we go. Good evening. What an incredible night, and it really is inspiring to listen to all your stories. So it's really, really a pleasure to be a part of this. We have some 8,000 employees in the district. All of our staff have worked so hard over the past 2 years to keep our schools safe, open, and our students learning. To our above and beyond recipients, you guys represent the best of the best. Thank you for your service. The things that you do every day are noticed and very, very much appreciated by the board. On behalf of our entire board, we are proud of you and how you demonstrate that above and beyond spirit. We are proud of our entire district that continue to provide a great education and serve our community so well. So congratulations again to the 14 above and beyond award recipients. You really make a difference for our students in our schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Anderson. I took a note for next year's script. We do want to congratulate the award winners one more time and let everyone know here we do have the hors d'oeuvres ready in the lobby. And just some housekeeping here. You can start at either end of the table and work your way toward the center. We'll also have coffee and cake punch available. It's going to be a celebration here right now. But please stay and visit with each other too, as time allows. And we do want to ask our awardees to come forward so we can take a group photo here before we leave. And one more thing for the above and beyond winners, we did have centerpieces at the tables, so those are yours to take home with you as another gift here from tonight. So again, awardees, if you could come forward, we'd appreciate it, and thanks everyone for being here tonight. Good night.